Why you wake up at 2 a.m. every night. You crawl into bed hoping for 7 or 8 hours of solid rest. But like clockwork, 2 a.m. hits and you're wide awake, again with that urgent need to go. You shuffle to the bathroom, barely awake, frustrated, knowing your sleep is already broken, and the cycle will probably repeat before morning. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Nocturia, the medical term for frequent nighttime urination, affects more than 50 million older adults in the U.S. And it's not just a bladder issue. It's a sleep disruptor, a mood disturber, and for some, even a fall risk during those dark half-asleep trips to the bathroom. But what if the root cause isn't just age or a weak bladder? What if what you eat, and when you eat it, is sending the wrong signals to your body? As we age, the kidneys slow down, our bladder becomes more irritable, and hormone levels like ADH, the antiuretic hormone, begin to shift. And the food we eat, especially certain fruits, can either calm that system or accidentally ramp it up. Today, we'll uncover 3 fruits that can actually soothe your bladder, balance hydration, and help you sleep through the night, if you use them wisely. Here's what's happening inside your body after 60 that most people don't talk about. Your bladder loses some of its elasticity, meaning it can't hold as much fluid without triggering the urge to go. At the same time, your body produces less ADH, the hormone that tells your kidneys to slow urine production at night. Layer on top of that common senior meds like diuretics, poor hydration habits, or a diet high in sugar and acidic foods, and suddenly your bladder is working overtime while you sleep. Take Gerald, for example. A retired teacher in his 70s, he tried everything, from herbal teas to prescription pills, to stop waking up at night. But nothing worked until his doctor asked a simple question: what are you eating after dinner? Turns out, even healthy foods can overstimulate a sensitive bladder if timed poorly. Let's walk through 3 smart fruit choices that work with your aging body, not against it. Fruit number 1, banana. Opening problem: tense bladder muscles keep you up at night. If you've ever found yourself waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. with that urgent pressure in your lower belly, even though you didn't drink much before bed, you're not alone. The truth is, your bladder muscles might be the problem. As we age, these muscles can become overactive, tense, or irritated. And when they tighten at night, they trigger unnecessary contractions, waking you up, disrupting your rest, and leaving you exhausted the next morning. So how do we calm them down? That's where our first fruit comes in. Banana, the underrated bladder soother. Bananas aren't just convenient. For adults over 60, they could be one of the most effective natural tools for calming the bladder at night when used the right way. What makes bananas so powerful? 2 key minerals, potassium and magnesium. According to the Linus Pauling Institute and the National Institutes of Health, NIH, potassium plays a crucial role in fluid balance and muscle relaxation. And magnesium is like nature's chill pill, calming the nervous system, reducing nerve misfires, and helping smooth muscles like those in your bladder relax. Together, they form a natural anti-spasm combo that can dramatically reduce nighttime bladder urgency. Another reason bananas work so well: they're low in acid. Many seniors struggle with sensitive bladders or even mild interstitial cystitis, where acidic foods like citrus, tomatoes, or even apples can irritate the bladder lining and trigger urgency. Bananas, especially ripe ones, are naturally alkaline. They soothe instead of sting. Let's meet Margaret, a 76-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. She lived a healthy life, stayed active, watched her salt, and drank plenty of water. But for some reason, she couldn't sleep through the night. Every night around 3 a.m., she'd wake up with the urge to pee. Sometimes she'd go, only to wake again an hour later. Her doctor ruled out infection, adjusted her meds. Nothing worked. Until one day, a nutritionist suggested a simple experiment: add a ripe banana to her evening routine. Margaret was skeptical, but she gave it a try. 1 ripe banana, about an hour after dinner, eaten plain or sometimes blended into a smoothie with spinach, almond butter, and a dash of cinnamon. Within 1 week, Margaret reported falling into deeper sleep and only waking once, sometimes not at all. What changed? Likely a combination of calmer bladder nerves from magnesium, more relaxed muscle tone thanks to potassium, and a gentler, less acidic digestion process before bed. How to eat bananas the right way for better sleep. Here's the step-by-step guide if you want to try this at home. Timing. Eat the banana between 7 and 8 p.m., about 60 minutes after dinner. Ripeness matters. Choose a ripe banana, soft with small brown spots. Green bananas contain more resistant starch, which can be harder to digest and may cause bloating. Avoid milk at night. While banana and milk might sound comforting, dairy can sometimes disrupt digestion for older adults. Instead, try this smoothie. 1 ripe banana, 1 small handful of spinach, a natural magnesium booster. 1 tablespoon almond butter, adds healthy fat for satiety. A sprinkle of cinnamon, which helps stabilize blood sugar overnight. Optional, a small splash of unsweetened almond milk. Fruit number 2, papaya. If you've ever gone to bed feeling bloated or heavy, only to be woken up around 1 or 2 a.m. with the urge to pee, you're not alone. For many seniors, the problem isn't just an overactive bladder. It's digestive pressure building against the bladder wall. And one fruit has quietly been helping people sleep better by solving this issue from the gut up: papaya. Papaya might not be the first fruit you think of before bedtime, but for aging adults, it could be one of the smartest. This tropical fruit is gentle on the stomach, soothing to the intestines, and packed with enzymes that relieve the kind of nighttime tension that triggers bladder urgency. The secret lies in a natural compound called papain, an enzyme that helps break down proteins efficiently. After 60, your digestive system doesn't work like it used to. Meals take longer to process, stomach acid production decreases, and sluggish digestion leads to gas, bloating, and abdominal pressure. When the gut feels full, that pressure pushes down on the bladder, even if the bladder isn't technically full. Papaya eases that load. By helping your body digest proteins more effectively, papaya reduces the overall volume in your stomach and intestines before bed. The result? Less pressure on the bladder, fewer false signals, and longer, deeper rest. But that's just the beginning. Papaya is also rich in soluble fiber, especially pectin, a type of fiber that helps regulate bowel movements and supports smoother elimination. Constipation is a major trigger for nighttime urination, and many older adults experience it regularly without realizing how it affects their bladder. By keeping things moving comfortably, papaya reduces intestinal backup and relieves one of the hidden causes of nocturia. Another little-known benefit: papaya has an alkalizing effect on the body. That means it helps reduce excess acidity in the digestive tract and urinary system. Acidic urine can irritate the bladder lining, causing it to contract prematurely and wake you up. A more alkaline environment helps soothe the bladder wall and reduce unnecessary trips to the bathroom. Let me share the story of Robert, 74, a retired mechanic from Texas. For years, he battled nighttime urgency and relied heavily on prescription medications, but they never fully worked. At a checkup, his doctor suggested something surprisingly simple: address digestion first. Robert started eating a cup of ripe papaya about 90 minutes after dinner. Within 2 weeks, he noticed he wasn't waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. anymore. His bloating went down, his sleep improved, and he was no longer dreading bedtime. It wasn't magic. It was digestion. So how do you use papaya properly? Start by choosing a fully ripe papaya, soft to the touch, orange or reddish in color. Avoid green or underripe ones, which can be harder to digest. Cut it into cubes and eat about 1 cup between 7 and 8 p.m., at least 1 hour after dinner. You can also blend it into a light digestive smoothie with a spoonful of flaxseed or chia seeds for extra fiber, or a few walnuts for healthy fats. Avoid eating papaya too close to bedtime. Ideally, you want digestion to be underway by the time your head hits the pillow, and skip drinking too much liquid with it. That could undo the benefits by filling your bladder too fast. Papaya is low in sugar, low in acid, and rich in nutrients like vitamin C, folate, and beta-carotene. It nourishes your gut, calms your bladder, and supports deep, uninterrupted rest, all without the side effects of medications. You don't need to rely on pills alone to fix nighttime urination. Sometimes, the solution is already sitting on your grocery shelf, and papaya is one of the best examples. Ready for the next fruit that's changing lives at night? Let's talk about one you probably already know, but maybe eating at the wrong time. Fruit number 3, pear. If you've ever gone to bed feeling like your bladder is full, even when it isn't, there's a good chance your digestion is playing tricks on your body. Many seniors describe this sensation as pressure, tightness, or urgency right before they try to fall asleep. And a surprising cause? A sluggish gut pressing down on a sensitive bladder. That's where the humble pear steps in. Soft, juicy, and often overlooked, pears may be one of the gentlest, most bladder-friendly fruits for those struggling with nighttime urination. So what makes pears special? It starts with soluble fiber, particularly a type called pectin. As we age, digestion slows and constipation becomes more common. When the bowels don't fully empty, they can create bloating and extra pressure in the abdomen, especially when you lie flat at night. That pressure often pushes on the bladder, triggering urgency even if the bladder itself is only partially full. Pectin helps restore balance. It absorbs water and forms a gentle gel in the intestines, making it easier for the body to pass waste. This not only relieves pressure but reduces irritation in the lower belly, helping you fall and stay asleep more easily. But fiber isn't the only secret in this fruit. Pears are also rich in sorbitol, a natural sugar alcohol with a very mild laxative effect. Sorbitol draws water into the intestines, which softens stools and keeps the digestive system moving, all without the harshness of medications. This gentle action is ideal for older adults who may be more sensitive to over-the-counter laxatives. Here's a real-life example. Sharon, 79, from Oregon, was tired of waking up every night at 1:30 a.m. with that familiar urge. She'd already cut down caffeine and stopped drinking water late, but nothing worked. Her daughter, a nutritionist, suggested something simple: add a pear to her nighttime snack. Sharon started slicing up half a ripe pear every evening around 8 p.m., pairing it with a few walnuts or a sprinkle of cinnamon. Within 1 week, her nightly wake-up time shifted from 1:30 to 4:30, and by the second week, she was sleeping through the night. It wasn't coincidence. It was science. Another unique benefit of pears? They're naturally alkalizing. This means they help reduce the acidity of your urine, a key factor for people with sensitive bladders. Acidic urine can irritate the bladder lining, causing it to spasm or signal the brain unnecessarily. A more alkaline environment keeps the bladder calm and reduces those phantom urges. Research supports this. A 2016 study in the Journal of Urology and Aging Health found that diets higher in alkaline-producing foods, like pears, leafy greens, and cucumbers, were associated with fewer episodes of nocturia, nighttime urination, in older adults. And compared to citrus fruits, pears have a lower glycemic index, meaning they don't cause blood sugar spikes. This is critical because rapid glucose fluctuations can lead to excess urine production, especially at night. So how should you eat pears for maximum benefit? Choose ripe, soft pears, ideally Bartlett or Boss varieties. Eat 1/2 to 1 pear about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. For better absorption and satiety, pair it with a few almonds, pumpkin seeds, or a teaspoon of almond butter. You can even slice it and sprinkle a dash of cinnamon, which also helps regulate blood sugar and reduces inflammation. Avoid hard or unripe pears, as they can be harder to digest and may cause gas. And don't overload it with dairy or other heavy snacks. Keep it light, clean, and consistent. Pears may not be flashy or exotic, but for seniors struggling with overactive bladders, they're one of nature's most powerful and gentle allies. They soothe the digestive system, calm the bladder, and support your body's natural rhythm. In the end, sometimes the best medicine isn't a pill, it's a pear. How to rebuild a safer fruit routine. By now, you've seen the science, heard the stories, and probably recognized a few of your own habits in the people we've talked about. But the real question is, how do you turn this knowledge into better sleep tonight? The answer lies in a simple, consistent routine. Not a diet overhaul, not deprivation, Just smart choices timed right. Step 1. Avoid fruit on an empty stomach. It might feel refreshing to grab a piece of fruit first thing in the morning or before bed, but for older adults, this can actually backfire. When your stomach is empty, sugar from fruit hits your bloodstream fast. This spike can trigger your kidneys and bladder into overdrive, leading to nighttime urination. Tip: always pair fruit with a bit of protein or healthy fat, like nuts, almond butter, or even plain Greek yogurt, if tolerated. This slows down absorption and reduces bladder strain. Step 2. Eat fruit earlier in the day. Your metabolism and bladder control are strongest earlier in the day. Eating fruits in the late afternoon or early evening gives your body time to digest and absorb nutrients without triggering midnight urgency. Best time, between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., is ideal for bladder-friendly fruits like banana, papaya, and pear. Step 3. Choose the right combinations. Some fruits, like bananas, work best with magnesium-rich ingredients like spinach or cinnamon. Others, like papaya, pair well with seeds or a touch of honey. Avoid mixing fruits with heavy dairy or highly acidic foods close to bedtime. Step 4. Talk to your doctor about food-med interactions. If you're on blood pressure meds, diuretics, or glucose-lowering drugs, even healthy fruits can affect how your body responds. Bring your supplement and food list to your next visit and ask, are any of these affecting my nighttime urination? Can I safely include banana, papaya, or pear in my evening meals? Remember Sharon, the 79-year-old who started eating half a pear with a few walnuts at night? Within 2 weeks, her 2 a.m. bathroom trip stopped. She wasn't sleeping longer because of melatonin or sleeping pills, just smarter eating. So if you've been trying everything but still waking up tired, don't give up. You don't need more pills. You just need the right fruit at the right time. Let's close this out with one last piece of advice and a reminder that aging isn't about giving up food. It's about learning how to use it wisely. Let's take a moment to reflect. You just learned how 3 simple fruits, banana, papaya, and pear, can make a powerful difference in the way you sleep, the way your bladder functions, and the way you feel each morning. But here's the truth. It's not just about what you eat. It's about when and how. You don't need to give up fruit. In fact, fruit can still be one of the most healing, supportive parts of your diet. But as we get older, our bodies change. Kidneys slow down. Hormones fluctuate. The bladder becomes more sensitive. That means even healthy habits from your younger years may need a little fine-tuning now. And that's okay. Smarter fruit habits mean eating fruit in the evening, not at bedtime. Choosing low-acid, low-glycemic options. Pairing with fat or protein to reduce bladder irritation. Listening to your body's feedback, not ignoring those 2 a.m. wake-up calls. Your health isn't about quick fixes or harsh restrictions. It's about gentle shifts, small, consistent steps that lead to better sleep, more energy, and a calmer bladder. So what's your next step? Start simple. Try half a banana with cinnamon after dinner. Swap that late-night orange juice for a few cubes of ripe papaya. Or slice a pear and enjoy it with some almonds before bed. These aren't drastic changes. They're thoughtful upgrades. And over time, they protect your sleep, your mood, and your independence. If this video helped you understand your body better, hit the like button. Subscribe for more science-backed tips. And in the comments, share your favorite nighttime fruit. Or just write the word aware if you're committed to sleeping smarter starting tonight. You've come this far with wisdom. Now is the time to eat with intention.